Alright, I got a new steering wheel in from Carol at C&O Marine, and she's retiring right before Christmas. So you guys reach out to Carol and give her a big thank you. What I got to do is, obviously my center cap is different, and I like this, but I have a center cap where the horn, you know, it's like it's got a little spring mechanism. You push on it and then it sounds the horn. Alright, it's cold outside, so I'm inside trying to think this thing through. Another bad hair day. Okay, this is my new steering wheel. It's got these Allen heads, so I've got two different ones of Allen wrenches. I got standard, which it may be, you know, or it may be metric. It's pretty loose. So yeah, I got standard and I got metric Allens. So let's try shoot for number 5 or I mean, it looks like a number 5, number 6. Yeah, that's a lot tighter.
Yeah, that's gotta be what it is. So I just need to take one of these out. And the reason I'm taking one out is I've got my old ones. I don't know that I need to do anything here except for I've got two options. Either I can take the nut off and then replace this whole thing with it, or I can keep the aluminum one that's on the boat, and then, you know, I don't know which will look better. The aluminum one needs to really be polished. I mean, it's very dull looking. All of this is because, I'm sorry if I'm confused here a little bit, just doing this weird, is that, so, for this steering wheel, my old one had this. And it's weird because it sat there like this. And it was spring loaded. Right? So this was a switch. And this is what confused me, is that when I took this off, there was no wires attached to it. And when I got to thinking about it, I was like, wait a minute. This thing, I have my horn is over on a switch on the panel. I mean, it's like right there too. This, I think they weren't using, or it went bad at some point, so I got my meter out. I'll just put this on continuity. I got a couple of old jumper wires. I don't know, let's go. Pull a red, not yellow out. And see if this thing works or not. So, let's put that to black. And then our red, we confirm we have continuity. Okay, we have no continuity. So what happens if we push it in? We still have no continuity. So that leads me to think that that's why they did what they did.
I can't start this video. I can't even get it going. I can't talk. It's just like confused. Well, I mean, what do? You know, you're trying to be somebody on TV when you're not trying to be anybody. It's very strange. Yeah, I guess that's it. Unless you do like some people just write a script. Or this just writes its script. I don't know. So I got a dilemma.
Do it.
You know, I got a dilemma. I got a brand new steering wheel. Because mine looks like crap.
Jeff's got a dilemma?
No.
God, say it ain't
don't
so.
go. Oh, come on, man. I got a dilemma. Okay, I want to replace my steering wheel because my old one looks like crap.
Looks like dog doo-doo?
Well, it doesn't look terrible, but it's like if you think about it on a boat, like that's one of the first things you really look at is that, you know. And if you got a crappy looking steering wheel, it just
looks bland.
oh, it just kind of takes away from it. So somebody bought a cheapie, you know. What did I do with it? What did I even do with it?
Get it together.
Did I take it outside? I don't know what I did with my old one. Huh. I thought I set it in here. Maybe I did. Maybe I took it outside. Alright, well, anyway. So, my original one. What did I do with it? My original one had these little Allen, you know, deals. Okay. And it has an aluminum piece that this goes into, just like these. But it's this piece. This is aluminum. And it, I mean, you know, mine looks pretty dirty. Looks like, you know, it could maybe take some attention. And my first thought was, I'm just going to replace the steering wheel. Right? Well, it's not so easy. For me, anyway, because either I have to take this piece off and this piece and use my old piece, and the reason I'm talking about any of this is because this is what came off of the boat, off the original steering wheel. And if you notice, it's got like a little push where you can, that's obviously the horn. So what I did was I got out my meter. There's no continuity. So this is a bad switch. Which, anyway, I got to thinking about this. I was like, wait a minute. I got a horn that's over on my right. Like if you're driving the boat, it's on the right. It's right there. It's really easy to and accessible. And so, okay, that sort of solves that problem, even though it never was a problem. But now my issue is, well, okay, so what do? Do I use this piece and take the aluminum piece off, which is what I think I do. And anyway, to get this off, it's just an Allen, and this seems to be metric. It's very tight in there. But I got to take all these bolts off. And then once I get it all back together, I bought a Champion emblem that will go right there in the middle. So I guess the thing I got to do is take all these off. First, turn my meter off.
No, I guess maybe I put this back together now. Put some medium strength Loctite. Wow, put that wrong, didn't it? Yeah, I put these on there,
So I think the idea is basically there's a big castle nut, and I'll show you where that. Cause see, I was gonna have to go match up screws and all this stuff. Cause I mean, it throws you for a loop. You're like, wait a minute, that's a horn. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, no, you don't need to do all that. So sometimes you gotta just sit back and think about what the project is at hand, and then like think it through. Don't just jump in and do something crazy, which afterwards you're like, man, why did I do that? All I had to do was do this, and you know, it'd probably be a lot faster if I used a gun to do this. But you initially got to do this anyway to replace your steering wheel. So I could see where this could really throw somebody. Whenever I sent pictures to Carol over at CNO, and she looked it up, and she's like, I've never seen, she's been there 22 years. She's like, I've never seen one look like that. So anyway, It would have came from like that factory, from from the factory. All right. Then our cap should just come off. It does. There's our cap. There's this. And then this piece we're going to have to put on the boat. So like this has got a little burr right here. And one thing I learned like watching Tatro is that we want to take this burr off, I think. Because that's probably the one screw that was kind of holding us up. So I'll take a little file and then I may even hit this little block again. If it's under here, these are all pretty good. It's just that one. We should have a castle nut on our other aluminum piece, and I take that castle nut off with an impact gun, and then take the chrome one they have on there and put this one in its place. What do you think?
I don't know. I know nothing.
He's Sergeant Schultz in there. Huh. Well, anyway, hope you guys have a happy holidays, 2023. Let's get it out of here. That's what I'm saying. Thanks for watching, subscribing, and if you need some parts, go to HawkeyeMarine.net and we'll see if we can hook you up. Yeah, again, it's cold outside, so came in the garage, but gotta go out there and take that castle nut off. So I laid I'm probably gonna have to use my air ratchet. So, my impact gun, and instead of I don't have a good powered one, I've just got this cheap Bear, which, I put different bits in. This has been a good one. I mean, for me anyway, what I do, this is plenty fine. But that I'm probably gonna need to get it off with my 1/2-inch gun. So got it out, oiled it up, oil them every time you use them, and then they'll last. But if you don't oil them every time, then they're gonna go. But I got a 24 millimeter and I think it's a 15/16, and I'm trying to figure out which one I want to use. I'll show you that, I guess. Let's go climb. Might as well go climb up there. You got the Mr. Heater going, and it's warming it up in here pretty good. But I want to get rid of that and put a mini split up there. That would be wonderful. So, but first I'm gonna have to lift this garage up and make a better foundation. Screwed that all up. Yeah, here's what I'm talking about. So this one is okay. So this one is a 15/16. Put it on there. I feel like it's got a little bit of slop. Alright, I just got a little file. See this burr? I'm just trying to take that down just a little bit. And I think I'm going to have to use a steering wheel puller too. So, see what I got for those. I got a few different pulley. There's a pulley puller installer kit. I think this is a... Alright, here's what I got. I went ahead and pulled out my impact gun, and I got a steering wheel puller kit, and I just got some bolts that would match up to these guys. And it looks like all we really have to do is maybe loosen that nut, not all the way, but enough that we can maybe see if this thing will pop off its shaft. and get this aluminum piece out of here. Now, I mean, it's an okay aluminum piece, but our new black piece will make this look a lot better. And then, you know, I wish we could clean this up some, but I'm not going to tape this all up and try to make it look that pretty. And I'll probably remove it later on, just because, like, I want to put a new jack or graph mount in here somewhere, and I want to replace this sort of bezel area because it looks really bad. These are all really good. I think I want to add maybe, I don't know, a voltage display that has the two prongs that you can put in, like for USB or even USB-C. I don't know, but we can plug it in there, and then maybe we can mount over here, and I can do some kind of GoPro mount. Again, like, here's our horn, which I have the power disconnected right now, so I'm not worried about the horn that's inside of here, or was, which would have been original from Champion. And we don't have to remove this or anything. So we're going to see how it does. Hopefully we're just going to hold our hand here, and then we're going to pry off with the impact gun. I am going to get a pair of big, you know, clamps to clamp onto this, because I don't want this to move. This is our steering, and we're dead center right now. I mean, that's dead center, and so we want to be able to put our new steering wheel on so we're dead center, and it looks good. All right, I went all the way in there, pulled I pulled this just so I can know which size it is without guessing. And so, of course, the one I need is not there. So the next nearest size is a 16. And probably the size that I need is what? What is it? What would it be? 3/4. And I don't have my 3/4 on it, which is in a parts tray somewhere, I guess. But this will work. Should work. There we go. And she's off, like our prom dress. Alright. There's that. Yeah, it's not too much. It's not like it was just pop up in your face, but you never know. You know, rusted on a long time, you put a lot of pressure, and it spring loads off. I've seen some flywheels on, you know, do that, and you're like, what the heck? And then you're like, I seen them jump about 2 feet, and then you're like, I'm not gonna do that next time. I'm gonna go ahead and put. Alright, so if we look at that, this is how it was. So that tooth was up. Is that right? But the tooth, okay. But the tooth that it's on is down here. So this is center. Okay? You guys see that? See what I'm saying? See, our tooth is this way, but our center is straight up. So when we look at this guy, it's like this. And yeah. Alright, so now all we gotta do, so maybe clean this up a little bit. It almost makes you want to paint it. Alright, so I'm just gonna kind of dry fit this first. Slow down. Take your time. So once it goes on, it's on. So that would be center. You haven't moved anything. And seems to kind of yeah, we got a little bit of some weird material in there. It's like a little paint. So if that's the case, then what does our steering wheel look? Because we want it to be like this. So if we went to there, yeah, that's dead on center. That's what we need to do. Alright, so this thing has got some kind of debris in it. What happens if we move it? What happens if we move it to, say, here? And that's still lining up. That still makes us pretty center. I mean, I would say that's gotta feel just right. Okay, so let me show you guys. So if we look inside this thing, you know, it's got, get this out of the way. See how it's got, you know, these three little holes. And unfortunately this one had, if you look on the back side down in there, it's some kind of paint or something in that one and not the other one. So I chose to go with that top one, and then by doing that it should slide all the way in. Maybe when I tighten the bolt up. Hopefully. And then, I mean, I guess we could grease it. We could put some anti-seize. Maybe that's the thing to do. Alright, I got some anti-seize. So, I'm just going to put that on this guy. And I'm sure I can't do this two-handed, but, I mean one-handed. We're going to try. Just mostly on that guy. Yeah, this stuff is thick when it's cold. Kind of smells like whiskey. Yeah, I never did like the taste of whiskey. So I'm thinking this is gonna suck in some. I hope. Because it looks to me like it could. I mean, it's tapered, so I don't know. Let's see what it does. Hopefully it doesn't give us a big gap. I mean, you're slightly, they are. No. They're not. Completely different dimension. So I gotta make this work. Which means that I need to tap it for these size holes. So I can use the Allen wrench or the Allen key that. Now let's see if I can get this thing off now. Now that I tied it down properly. So let me come up with a puller to pull it off. Alright, I had to search around for some, some of these guys to see if they could, fit here and here. That has the same pitch and everything as the screws. And then hopefully this. Somebody has kind of messed this up. That'll work. Alright. What's going on here? Do I want to get the beans? Yeah, it didn't take much. Alright, so now we can do away with this. And we can go to this. And I think I'm going to get a Sharpie out and mark all these bolt holes. And then we're going to, we're just going to tap them. Alright, this is going to be a really tedious thing over here. I don't know, folks. We'll try. Alright, so I think they made this like a metric that I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Like I would think this would be SAE or American Standard, but if it is, then it's a quarter 24. And I don't know, like we switch it to millimeters, it's saying it's a 5.7. So 5.7, alright. So then whenever I look up drill tap size for a 5.7, it's gonna 0.55 is 0.21, 3/16 is 0.188, and which is going to be our, other than if we have like a drill that would be, I don't know, 7/30 seconds, looks like that's between 5.5 and 6 millimeter. So I think what we need is a 7/36 seconds. All right. Alright, you can look down. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. I'm hoping it's got enough clearance that it'll... Clearance! I think you're gonna have to have them all loose. This may not work at all.
What are you doing, man?
Trying to drill and make this, because see the other piece that they sent is too short.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, so I tried to tap this once, and of course, you know, I'm not even close. I could, like, go through and try to center punch. It's gonna be way off. Alright, you guys, that didn't work. So, I'm gonna see if I can't try to find the right spacer that goes. And this looks great, but it will never, like, if they're not machined, I mean, it's never gonna work. So I put the one that came with it and put it on, and what I'm gonna do then is just order that spacer. So the only thing I really got to do now is I'm gonna put that little champion emblem on there here. So yeah, I don't like that gap that's right there, but like I said, until I get the right spacer, it's gonna be temporary. Something like this. She's on there torqued. Alright. See what Chucky thinks. See, it's a little bit of a gap. It's not bad. I'm gonna deal with it. See if he thinks it should be. I think this should be up here. It's on upside down, ain't it? Because this should be at the top.
Well, it depends on, is this hooked up? You got it?
Yeah.
No, it's not. See, now your motor's straight.
Yeah, but see how...
Oh, yeah, you need it. You need it about like that. You need...
this up here or whatever. See, like I got it on upside down. Like, see, right now I got it like... this should be up here, right? Don't you think?
What?
Like, should it be like with that?
I don't know.
Like a Y?
I think you're overthinking it.
Like it's an upside down Y right now.
I think you're overthinking it.
You don't think it should be a Y?
Why?
It is a Y. An upside down Y. Should it be an upside down Y?
Comment below. Comment below, guys, because...
No, I hate that, dude. Nobody ever puts anything below or up there.
He's overthinking it.
I don't know, man.
He's an overthunker.
I mean...
Is there a word? Is that such a word? Overthunker?
I don't know. I guess I'll look at it tomorrow morning whenever it's a little bit brighter out here, I guess.
Hey, guys, never overthunk.
Thunk.
Yeah, never overthunk. Just don't do it.
Overthunk.
Don't do it.
Just overthunk it.
Yeah, don't overthunk it. Yeah.
Huh.
It's when you put your mind over the obvious.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You put your mind over the obvious.
Yeah.
No, that's funny.
I don't know. It looks fine to me. I mean, as long as it drives down the lake and goes vroom vroom, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it does look better than the old one. Now I got to put the little.
Hey, where's your microphone?
I don't need it for this one.
You don't need a microphone for that new camera?
No, it sounds pretty good.
That fancy camera?
It sounds pretty good, I think.
Well, That's yet to be determined.
No, I mean, I determined it. It's a lot better.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, I got to get a case that mounts that thing up there, and it's just a lot. It's kind of a pain.
Okay.
One little step at a time, man.
Baby steps.
Can't have it all.
Baby steps, and then you fall over and go, wah, wah.
I don't know, man. It's too cold for this. Alright, I redid it. Yeah. I just didn't like the way it looked, man. But you can see now, you know, it's kind of up in the air, whatever. And I put the little champion logo in the center. And we're just gonna go with it. Like I said, there's a little bit of gap. I don't like that. But it'll work for me. I'm okay with it. Just move on. Move on to the next project.